everyone, and welcome to another 12:30 Facebook Live here at Arizona Science Center. All summer Camp Innovation has been taking over these Facebook Lives, and this week we are going over amusement parks. This week is Amusement Park Camp. We are learning all about the physics of your favorite amusement park rides and attractions and everything there. And today we have been focusing a lot here with Virtual Camp on balance and weight distribution and how gravity affects us and how it affects the rides that we were going to be on. So today we're going to go through a couple activities you can try at home to practice your balance and even to build your very own fun little amusement park rides and attractions and just cool little things that you can do right there at home. Now the first little activity I want you to try out is we're going to talk about center of gravity. Now your center of gravity is basically the point in your body or whatever it is. Everything has a center of gravity. Gravity is the force that is constantly pulling us down to Earth so we don't float away. If there was no gravity, if we decided to jump up, we would keep going that direction at that exact same speed that we jumped until some other force acted on us to stop us from going that direction. So with gravity, we get to stay right here, standing on the ground here on Earth. And our center of gravity is the point that basically all of our weight is kind of focused on, right? So the activity that we're going to do, and I'm going to show it off here, is super simple. You're just going to bend over and try to touch your toes, right? Or just touch the ground. So I'm going to do it. I'm not that flexible, but we're going to try. So I'm just going to stand here. I'm going to bend over and touch my toes. Super simple, right? Didn't fall over. It's all good. I don't know if you can fully see down there, but bends over, touch my toes, super simple. Now what you're going to try is adjusting where your center of gravity is. And the way you're going to do this is you're going to stand with your back pressed up against the wall. You want your heels against the wall, your back against the wall, so basically like your butt against the wall. And you're going to try that same thing. Keeping your heels and your butt against that wall, I want you to try to bend over and touch your toes. Now, I promise I'm not like, exaggerating this or anything. I'm going to go as far as I can before I fall over. Now, it's a lot harder. That's literally about as far as I could go there compared to that first time. Now, the reason behind that is when you're bending over, right, if you're doing that, in order to counteract, in order to move your center of gravity, your back end, right, it goes back a little bit. So as you're bending over, your butt's going out. It's pushing your center of gravity back this way so you're not too top-heavy to fall over. When you're against the wall, it's all top-heavy, right? Your butt can't push out, so all of your upper body weight is starting to lean forward until you basically can't support it anymore, and you fall over. And that's the way we can kind of adjust center of gravity. And one thing you can try to do as well is if you're walking on like a balance beam or on the corner of a sidewalk or something at home or just in your backyard or just walking down the street. When you're doing that, you'll notice that a lot of times if you start losing balance, you keep your arms out and that helps you stabilize, right? That is spreading out that center of gravity, that's adjusting it, that's making it a lot easier to find that center point where the weight is focused. Next time you do that, if you start losing your balance, just keep your arms in and watch what happens. It's going to be really hard for you to get your balance. But now what we're going to do is we're going to make our own little cool center of gravity device right here that we can adjust. And what it looks like is this right here. So this is a popsicle stick with some pipe cleaner and a couple little weights on the end. And if I had a popsicle stick completely naked, nothing on it, if I wanted to balance it on my finger, I would have to put my finger right there in the middle. Same weight on the right, same weight on the left, center of gravity is right in the middle. If I add weights to it, if I were to try to put my finger in the middle, this is going to fall. But I can balance this on the tip of my finger with my finger on the very end because I've moved the center of gravity to right here. And we're going to make a device that we can do this right at home. Now basically all you need is a popsicle stick or a pencil or whatever you have, anything that you can try this with. You're going to need like a pipe cleaner. If you have string, you can use it. I like pipe cleaner because you can be a little more flexible with it. But whatever you have here, some type of string or pipe cleaner, you're going to need that. A couple of weights, right? So washers with like a hole in the middle are perfect if you have a pipe cleaner because you don't need any tape or anything. You just loop them through and tie them in. But basically any type of weights that you can have, ideally about the same size and weight. But if they're not, then you just get to be a little more flexible about how you can adjust it and try to find that center of gravity. And then, like I said, tape if you don't have anything with like a hole in the middle that you can grab it in. And it's super simple. Basically, all you're going to do is you're going to take your weight, you're going to wrap it around, or however, whatever you have, you're going to wrap it around the end of your pipe cleaner. Then I'm going to take some tape. And it also isn't the worst thing to have the tape pre-prepped, but you're going to take some tape, and you're just going to attach it to the end of that pipe cleaner. So you've got your weight attached in right there at the end. You're going to do that same thing on the other side with your other weights. And as you're doing this, I want you to think of what are some factors that are going to come into play, right? When we're testing this out, is it just going to be how heavy your weights are, or what are some other factors that are going to the center of gravity? And while you're doing this, this one can be difficult and can be frustrating because you're trying to find where that new center is going to be. And sometimes it takes a lot of trial and error to figure that out. And that's just part of the engineering design process, right? It's okay to get frustrated. It's okay for it to not work exactly how you want it to work the first time. That's why we keep trying. And so that's what's really cool about this, is you're going to keep trying it. I don't know if it's going to work this first time I do it, but we're going to try. So once you have the weights on the end of your pipe cleaner, you're going to go ahead and wrap it real tight around the edge of your popsicle stick, and then you're going to try it out. And I got real lucky here because I've done this a bunch of times, so I kind of know. But it's also not really perfectly balanced there. Like there's definitely some adjustments that I can make. So I'm going to make this to where it's sitting straight down and it's not staying on. So let me adjust this out a little bit, just like if you were losing your balance and you were putting your arms out to the side. Let me adjust this out a little bit and see what happens. So what I'm noticing is it's leaning a little bit back, which basically means that my center of gravity, it's balancing, but it's a little bit off center. So maybe if I try to put my finger a little further back, it's going to balance a little better. If I slide this a little back more, maybe if I slide it up more. So you can kind of adjust it and you can make it how you want. But this is a cool little party trick that you can show off and be like, look, I can balance this popsicle stick on one finger on the very edge of it. But like I said, it can be a little difficult. This can take a little bit of time. But if you get frustrated, that's okay. Just keep on trying and you will figure it out. It's really, really awesome and you are going to do awesome doing this at home. So definitely recommend trying that. Now for this last balance and weight distribution demo, I'm actually going to come over there and I'm going to pick up that camera and turn it around because my awesome co-instructor, David, is actually going to show you this next one. There's going to be another one that you can do right at home. So hold on just a second while I adjust the camera around. And David, go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us what you're going to do.
Hi everyone, I'm David and I'm going to be talking about weight distribution today. So before we do anything, I need you all to stand up. If you're sitting down, go ahead and stand up right now. Awesome, awesome. I hope everyone's standing up. Now what I want you to do is I want you to stand on your tippy toes like I'm doing now. Stand on those tippy toes and tell me, do you feel a lot of pressure on your tippy toes? Okay, well then, how about we just stand regularly? You can stand on your entire foot on both feet and tell me, do you feel more pressure when you're on your tippy toes or when you're just standing regularly on your feet? For me, I feel more pressure when I'm on my tippy toes. And that's because there's a smaller area that my foot is contacting the ground with, which means that there's more force when I'm on my tippy toes, or there's more pressure on my tippy toes. Now that has to do with something called weight distribution. Weight distribution means that weight or a force is spread out over a larger area, or over any area. So what I have right here are some cups, and you can use any cups for this activity. I have these small Dixie cups, a little bit larger paper cup, or even a plastic cup. Now, if I put this down right here and I tried to put my body on top of it, what do you think would happen? Hopefully, I'd be able to stand on it. Let me try right now. Yeah, that didn't work out too well. But I have all these other cups over here, and hopefully all these cups together will be able to allow me to stand on top of them. But I need one more thing, because I need to make sure that all of that pressure from my weight is being spread out over a larger area. So I'm going to put this piece of cardboard right here over my cups, and hopefully this will spread my weight out enough so that these cups will not smash like that one just did. Let's try it. All right, can you see it? It looks like all the cups are still standing. So let me go ahead and let me come off of these cups. All right. And there we go. This is science in action. This is called weight distribution.
Awesome. Thank you so much, David. And for more awesome science content every day, we're doing these Facebook Lives right here at 12:30 for the rest of this week. So keep on tuning in, learning about all kinds of amazing amusement park science and physics and all kinds of awesome stuff. Remember, at home, make sure you're wearing those masks, washing your hands, keeping everybody safe, keeping yourself safe, and just making sure that we're having the best time possible. We're going to keep coming to you with all kinds of awesome science, so keep on tuning in. And as always, thank you so much. Have an awesome rest of your day, and we will see you next time. Bye, everyone.